Hello friend, oi amigo, oi amiga. Welcome to this lesson of Welsh Inglês Técnico. This is the lesson, o grau de uma expressão, or the degree of an expression. In this lesson, we'll learn how to speak in English about the degree of an algebraic expression. In this lesson, we will first review exponentiation, and then we will learn the definition of degree, the names of degrees, and then how to identify the degree of an expression. You will remember that we learned about exponentiation in an earlier lesson called exponenciação, or exponentiation. Remember, when you see the notation with the letter B and N, that if N is a positive integer, it means B times B times B times B N times. So if we see B with a little 5, it means B times B times B times B times B 5 times. This operation is called exponentiation. Exponentiation. And in this notation, B with the N, we can read it as B to the N, or B to the power N, or B raised to the nth power. There are many names. When we see B to the N, B is called the base, and N is called the exponent. The exponent N is how many times the base B is multiplied by itself. Now let's define degree. Here's a simple definition. Degree is the highest exponent. Now here's a more complete definition. The degree of an expression or equation with one variable is the highest exponent of that variable. So, for example, if the highest exponent in an expression is 1, then we have a first degree expression. For example, x plus 3. The variable x has 1 as the exponent, so it is a first degree expression. You can see that we can call it a first degree expression, and we can use the abbreviation for first with the 1st, or we can spell out first, or we can say it is an expression of degree 1. In the same way, if the highest exponent of the variable is 2, then the expression is an expression of second degree. For example, if we have x2 minus x plus 5, then the highest exponent of the variable x is 2x2. So this is an expression of second degree. Now when we say second degree, we can write it out with the abbreviation 2nd, second, or we can spell out the word second with all the letters, or we can say it is an expression of degree 2. Now, often we work with expressions of degree 1 and 2. They are simpler and easier to work with and find solutions to equations. So when we talk about the others, expressions with degree 3, 4, 5, and beyond, we often call them expressions of higher degree or higher order. Now, with that information, let's identify the degree of these expressions. In this first expression, what's the variable x and what's the highest exponent? The highest exponent is 3, so this is an expression of the third degree or of degree 3. Now, in this second expression, what's the highest exponent? Well, we see an exponent of 2, so is this a second degree expression? No. The exponent is on a constant 3. Degree is measured by the exponent on variables. So the exponent on x is 1. So this is a first degree expression. Now let's look at the last example. In this last example, we have 2 terms with the same exponent. That exponent is 5. It's the exponent of a variable. And so this is an expression of degree 5 or 5th degree expression. Now let's learn the special names of the expressions and equations of degree 1 through 5. Okay? Degree 1, linear. Degree 2, quadratic. Degree 3, cubic. Degree 4, quartic. Degree 5, quintic. Let's say those one more time, okay? Linear, quadratic, cubic, quartic, and quintic. Now there's one more degree called the nth degree. Sometimes when we want to speak about an exponent without specifying it, without saying what it is, we use the letter n, and we call it the nth degree. N can represent any number. Well, we've come to the end of this lesson on the degree of an expression. Let's review what we learned. Well, first, we did a quick review of exponentiation. Then we learned the definition of degree. And we spoke about the first and second and higher degrees. And then we learned the special names of some degrees: linear, quadratic, cubic, quartic, and quintic. And we learned about the nth degree. And we learned how to identify the degree of an expression. And now, what's your next step? Have you already watched this video with the Portuguese? If not, take time to go study this lesson with the pronunciations and tips and explanations in Portuguese. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.